We're all going on a summer holiday, no more worries for a week or two. Good morning. I've got a week off work, so I drove to Scotland yesterday. I'm about an hour out of Inverness. I stayed in this lay-by last night, and I'd like to try and do the North Coast 500. So starting point is Inverness, then across to Applecross, and then all around the coastline clockwise is the intention. So let's crack on and get to Inverness. Okay, I'm just outside Inverness and I've just filled up with fuel. Let's officially start this North Coast 500 tour. First stop, Rogie Falls. I don't know how long all these videos are going to take, so I might have to split up into sections because I've only been going about 5 miles and there's already something to go and look at. Don't know any history on this or anything, so it's just a sign off the main road and then a path down to it. So let's go and have a look. Quite a cool view from here. I don't know if you're getting all that. And then there's a bridge down the bottom there. That bridge is fully suspended and it's rocks all over the place. I feel a bit sick now. Every corner you come round, there's somewhere where you can pull up and stop and have a coffee. So I'm stopped to have a coffee. I'm right next to the lake, which is quite cool. And this week I'm going to be using, when I'm out walking about and that, I'm going to be trying out my new walking stick, which I made when I was down on Bodmin Moor. It's a piece of willow, so it's quite bendy. And what I've done is I've chopped out the, I don't know if you can see that, chopped out the handle there, and my phone slots into there so I can use it as a selfie stick as well as a walking stick. I don't know how I'm going to get on with it, but as I say, I'm trying it this week. But for now, look at that. Okay, we're on Applecross now. It's a single track road with a few passing places. It's a little bit hairy, especially if you get something big coming in the other direction. Made it to the village of Applecross and the bay there, and we've got to follow the coastal path or coastal road which hugs the coastline and goes that way, goes north. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I'm going to run out of data, I'm going to run out of room on my phone otherwise. So see you in a bit. This is quite a good park up. That's the first 100 miles done then on this route. Obviously it took me several hundred miles to get to Inverness in the first place, but I've done my first 100 on the 500, so I'm stopping here for tonight. It's a bit rough, I'll have to put up with it. It's not, it's perfect, isn't it? Good morning. Great night's sleep last night. Got up this morning, it's not even 9 o'clock and the sun is blasting down. So all looking good so far. Going to I think it's Ullapool and Gairloch today. So let's do another 100 miles. See you in a bit. Having a bit of a walk today. Looks like they're clearing some of the forest here, so I'm going to use this as an opportunity to try and find myself a Scottish walking stick. It's a little bit too hot for coffee today. I've just seen the mountain rescue helicopter out, so somebody's in trouble, I think. I'll tell you what, I could sleep here tonight, but I've got too many miles to do. Better crack on. It doesn't look like I'm going to find a walking stick today. Everything here is just too brittle and sun bleached. They must have been cut ages ago. So I have to try elsewhere. This is the problem with Scotland, is every few miles you just have to stop and have a look. I really want to go down there for a swim, but a little bit of a chill in the air. I've done just over 100 miles today and this is where I'm stopping. It's not ideal, I would like to have been a little bit further off the road, but it's okay. The weather's been great. Don't know what it's going to be like for the rest of the week because my weather app isn't working because I can't get any internet access. As you can hear, there's still a little bit of traffic. It's still only early yet, it's about 5 o'clock. I'm going to have a bit of a rethink tomorrow on how I film this, because just driving and then stopping and saying this is where I'm parking is not that exciting. I know I went for a bit of a walk today, but I'm going to have a bit of a rethink tonight, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. See you in a bit. Good morning. It's Tuesday, and when I got up this morning and opened the van door, the van just filled up with midges, and they were quite bitey, so I had to get out of there pretty quickly, and I've just been driving for the last 2 or 3 miles with my windows open, trying to get them all out of the cab and the back. But unfortunately it's also been raining and it's quite cold, so hopefully the midges will clear off and the weather will pick up a little bit later on. See you in a bit. Just stopped for a quick cup of coffee and a look around. Yes, I know I'm in a passing place, but there's hardly any traffic. You can still pass down there anyway. Every time I stop, within a couple of minutes, the midges are just descending. I think probably if this cold weather stays for a couple of days, it might not be as bad, but I think it was because it was hot yesterday. I don't know if that's true. So yeah, not a bad view out there. There's been some quite windy roads and that, and where I've just come through, there's quite a lot of little village, sort of villages, but sort of really scattered, and where the houses are up on hills and down in valleys and that, and it's quite interesting. I wish I'd got a bit more on video, but never mind. Right, let's get some coffee. Came through Inverness, which looked a little bit too crowded for me, and Smooth's Cave, there was a lot of people parked up, so I thought I'd give that a miss. I did go there last time anyway, so I missed that out. So I'm on right on the top coast now, the north as north can be, and we're going along towards Thurso and John O'Groats that way. There's a nice bay down there, It's not quite swimming weather though now. Sun's gone in and it's all a bit misty, so we'll have a cup of coffee and something to eat. It's only Tuesday, so I've still got plenty of time to go. Crack on. My miles have gone a little bit out the window. I've done 312 already, and then today I'm thinking of carrying on the north coast along to Thurso. So I'm going to overreach myself probably by 80 odd miles, but never mind. If push comes to shove, if I've still got time left, I think I'm going to come down and have a look at like Loch Ness and that. But we'll see how time goes. So we're heading east. I think this might be the first seafront Lidl that I've seen. Just picked up some bits and bobs, deodorant and bits of food and that from Lidl in Thurso. I think I'm going to just carry on straight to John O'Groats and have a look around there, and then find somewhere to park up for tonight. Right, made it to John O'Groats, just here at the harbour, right at the top of the British Isles. It's quite fishy. It's difficult to get to film anything near the sign because there's quite a lot of people up there. So have a look around these boats. Another great location right by the sea. As I've just been to John O'Groats, it does mean that whatever I do now, I am effectively heading home. And it is Tuesday night, so I'm 4 days in, halfway through the holiday. It's gone quite quickly. While I was in Lidl, I tell you what, I've had this. Well, I think I got this in 2000. I think it's pretty much when I first got the van. I bought this, and it's falling apart. And there's roads that aren't on here, and the problem is I've rolled it up, which I shouldn't have done. Made a mistake, and you can never find what you want. So got myself a 2018 one. Now I have been shopping around for a while, and as I say, I saw this in Lidl for £1.99. So I thought I'd splash out on that. But apart from that, I think I'm going to get an early night, and tomorrow morning head on back down the coastline. So I shall see you in the morning. Good morning. I've come to Wick today. It's a little bit early, 8:30. I've just driven through the town and everything's closed, so to kill half an hour I've come to the harbour. Watch the boats for a little while, and then we'll shoot off into town. There's the Pine Furniture and Carpet Warehouse, and there's the church. I reckon I could use one of them. The moment of truth. Well, I was hoping a bit much, I suppose.
After 200 meters, cross the roundabout, second exit.
Safety at work, it says on the back of his van. Moron. I've pulled over. I'm not driving in this. I've seen a couple of near misses and it's not really worth the risk. I've come in next to what looks like a forest, although it is very foggy and it's difficult to tell how deep it is. If this carries on, well, I'm going to give it an hour or so, but if it carries on I might even stay the night here and then go for a walk in the forest tomorrow. So I'll probably see you tomorrow now, because there's not much filming going to be done in this sort of weather. It just shows you I've only driven another 10 miles up the road and the sun's blaring down. I'm at a place called Goldsby, and there's a big mountain behind me. I don't know if you can see it in the distance with a statue on top. I'm not really in the mood for that today though. I might take a walk along the beach though. It's been quite a lazy trip, this one. Not really been getting enough exercise. Nice little park up for tonight. Quiet car park next to a nature reserve, and there's a bit of a forest up the side of the mountain. I was talking to a couple, and apparently just under the flyover there goes out to the sea, and you can see some salmon jumping about, so I might go and have a look at that. Keep seeing them leap, but it's difficult to get them on camera. My photo thing takes about half a second from between pressing it and actually taking the photo. So got one, I think. Driving along this morning, I saw a sign for a Woodland Trail. So being as I've not really been in any forests as such yet this week, I thought I'd give it a shot. This is Skelbo Woods. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's a circular walk. I think it goes down by a river and a bit of a pond and that, so let's go and have a look. Well, that's dinner sorted out. Got myself an authentic Scottish walking stick. Quite a good little walk that. I think it's quite a good idea to have the little statues and stuff for kids. I'm assuming there's like a leaflet or something they take round and then they have to look out for a woodpecker or a frog or whatever. So it's good to keep them interested. I'd like to stay in the woods tonight, but it's not even dinner time yet, so I'm going to carry on. I've not got far to go of the 500 miles, so I'll soon be back in Inverness. I've got my stick. So I've got my Scottish stick, walking stick. I'm going to hit the road again, so I'll see you in a bit. I've come to Dornoch to have a look at some of the rock pools. It's quite windy, so you'll have to bear with me. Got wet feet, I found no crabs, and I want some chips. I'm going to Inverness. Well, I was going to have some chips at Inverness, but 2 o'clock on Thursday must be busy, because after driving around the third car park, I thought I got better things to do. So instead I'm going to have some beans and sausage here. Just a quick locked off shot there of Loch Ness. No particular reason. I've just got to go and check my oil. Oil's okay. So we finished the North Coast 500 when we got to Inverness. It ended up being about 530 miles all told. I think that's because I took a couple of detours to like coastal villages on that west coast. So I've driven all the way down the side of Loch Ness through Fort Augustus, and now I'm on my way to Fort William. And I'm going to try and find a place just outside Fort William to park up tonight, so that I can go and have a look around the town tomorrow morning. So that's where we're headed. Right, the best place I could find to park is the Ben Nevis North Face car park, and now I've got here, I'm really tempted to do it again tomorrow. I've had a look on the map and I can still go along the ridge. I can go on the ridge on the way back, and there's a slightly different route round, which might make it a bit shorter to last time, because last time I went up there I was knackered. So if I can knock a couple of miles off it, I don't know, I'm tempted. I'm going to have a cup of coffee and sleep on it, I think. Just come for a quick walk in the woods at the foot of Ben Nevis, and I managed to get some internet access, and I got onto the Met Office weather site, and tomorrow looks like it's going to be a bit rainy, so I think I'll give it a miss tomorrow, and I'll stick to the original plan, and I'll go into Fort William and have a look around some of the shops. It's a bit of a wimp out, but I have been up there already before, and I was umming and ahhing whether to do it or not, and the weather's just tipped the balance, I think. I've always fancied my own island. I might put a bid in for that. As predicted, it's absolutely silent it down here at Fort William. So instead of getting out and getting soaked, I think I'm just going to get some fuel and start. It's Friday, so I'm going to start making my way back down towards Glasgow. I've not been to Glasgow before, so I might have a look around there if the weather's a bit better. The weather's a bit on and off, and Glasgow looked a bit daunting, especially for the short time that I can really give it today. So I've jumped onto the M74. I'm going to try and get back across the border this afternoon and camp probably in the Lake District or something tonight, just to try and cut the journey back in half instead of trying to do it all in one go tomorrow. So I'm stuck on the A66 on the way to Scotch Corner in the Lake District, and I've moved about 500 yards in the last 20 minutes. So I've left Scotland, and I suppose this is as good time as any to wrap up. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you in the next video.